On today's episode, we are going to be checking out the brand new JHS Fumble. Now, this pedal has a very interesting story which I'd love to share with you all. However, if you're not interested in hearing said story, then feel free to use the timestamps below to skip through to the playing. But before you do that, please don't forget that you can purchase this pedal and most of the gear that I'm using today from Andertons.co.uk via the links in the description. It's the only way that I fund this show at the moment. So if you happen to like the content that I make, or at the very least just like the sound of these pedals, then feel free to hit those links. So this story really begins with Josh Scott going to John Mayer's studio, and while he was there he obtained two very rare Dumble pedals, the BBC One and the Box It Later. Now, if we fast forward a little bit to when JHS are creating their second DIY pedal, the NotADumble, they were intending this pedal to be a Dumble style overdrive that had a secondary channel which was going to be the Box It Later. So they made this pedal, they marketed it and they sold it, and I think it sold out, and then they realized they'd accidentally put in the BBC One circuit instead of the Box It Later. Now, obviously, this is a massive problem for them. I do think they handled this in the best possible way that they could have. They released several videos about this, explaining exactly what went down and how they managed to make that mistake, and they discontinued the NotADumble pedal. So if we fast forward to today, JHS have announced that they're going to be releasing the NotADumble version 2, which instead of the mistaken BBC One circuit, it will have the Box It Later circuit. And alongside this, we also get the Fumble. Now, the Fumble, as you probably know and expect, is the standalone BBC One circuit, which is accidentally placed in the NotADumble. So this is really exciting, or at least to me, it's very exciting. And it brings me on to what the point of today's video is. So I have a couple questions which I am going to attempt to answer about the Fumble. The first one is, does it sound like the BBC One circuit which is inside the NotADumble? Secondly, and I think this is probably going to be exciting for most other people, because the main criticism of the NotADumble was that you had two channels, but you couldn't switch them independently and you couldn't stack them together. So I'm interested to hear how the Fumble sounds being stacked into the Dumble circuit of the NotADumble. I'm saying too many umble words today and none of it sounds real anymore, so you're going to have to forgive me if I sound like I'm speaking gibberish. And lastly, I'd like to just show you how good this pedal sounds and how useful it is to have it on your pedal board. So that brings us on to what this pedal actually is, which is a 2-knob JFET boost pedal. And as you can see, it's got an output and an input control. The output does exactly as you would expect. It controls the level of output coming from the pedal. However, the input, not only does it control the input gain, but it actually, as you turn it counterclockwise or from right to left, it attenuates the low end of the signal. Now, this is especially handy for guitars that have an undefined bottom end, which is something I relate to as I get older. And it is really good to stack into a heavier overdrive just to tighten up the whole signal. Not only that, it's a really good buffer to put at the start of the chain. If you're running a lot of cable, it can help bring that top end back into your signal. Or you can put it at the end of the board and use it as a volume boost. Right, that is far too much talking. Let's put these theories to the test. But before we do, let's check out my clean tone, which I'm running through the Dream 65, which is like a deluxe reverb sort of amp sound. And I'm using my purple Strat today because it's my favorite guitar in the whole world, and I haven't been playing it in my videos, not nearly enough. And also the neck pickup is a little bit bass heavy, so I thought it'd be good to test out the attenuation of the pedal. I'm still talking, aren't I? I haven't even started playing yet. Right, I'm gonna shut up, I promise. Here is the bridge pickup of the Strat. Needs a tune. Yeah, it sounds a bit better, doesn't it? Right, so let's jump straight into the fumble. So what I'm going to do is I've got the input set all the way to the right because that's no attenuation. So I just want to check out the level of boost that we can get with the output control. So that already sounds really good. It sounds great. I think boost pedals aren't appreciated enough by guitar players, and I've got a bit of a theory about that. I think it's because they don't have as much personality looks wise and just like that visual appeal thing. Overdrives, you know, they've got normally at least 3 knobs and some cool graphic on it, whereas boost pedals is normally like 1 or 2 knobs, and I think most guitarists just like can't be bothered with it. But I do think they are a bit of a secret weapon, and they're such a good like additional gain stage. Not only that, they can make your drive pedals sound better than they are, so that's never a bad thing, is it? Just to remind ourselves, here's clean. There's the boost. Right, so I'm just going to dial it out like that, and then just bring it all the way back in, and I'm going to not peak the monitors. Christ. Sounds incredible. Once I wind it all the way in. Basically just an overdrive at this point, isn't it? It sounds awesome. Right, so if I bring this to more of a civilized boost, and I'm on the neck pickup now, by the way. Right, let's check out the level of attenuation from the input. So, hang on. Right. So I'm going to go to the extreme so we can hear exactly what it's doing. Brilliant. Halfway. That's really cool. It's relatively subtle, but you wouldn't want it to be not subtle. Otherwise that would just be unusable in a way, wouldn't it? But that's great. How much that... even on the bridge pickup, which can, you know, get a bit spiky on a Strat, even with that attenuation on there, it's not like it's just like lopping off the bass end. It's still retaining so much character of what makes, especially a Strat, but it's just cleaning everything up. Okay, cool. I'm going to set that about halfway. I think this is going to be really handy when we start using it with the drive pedals. So that being said, let's go to the drive of the NotADumble. Not quite sure what that was, but there you go. I love this drive, by the way. It's a really, really good drive pedal. Oh, no, hang on. You know what we're supposed to do? No, let's go to the... I'm getting all ahead of myself now, aren't I? Right, let's go to the same circuit of the NotADumble, and let's match the settings and see how close they are. I think that's pretty much it. So, right. Clean sound. Fumble. And the NotADumble. Right, I can confirm, Josh Scott, if you are watching this video, you have put the correct circuit in the Fumble pedal. So, congratulations to you. That is brilliant. They sound... I think it's a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit more top end in the NotADumble, but obviously that's to be expected. Even if you had two Fumble pedals, they wouldn't sound identical to each other. You have tolerance drift in the components, so that's to be expected. But they're clearly so close to each other. I'd be interested to hear this back when I'm editing through the headphones, because obviously you can hear every sin through the headphones. Okay, can confirm they are pretty much identical. Right, now let's get back to what I was doing before I got carried away. So if we go to the Dumble channel. Oh, that's too much reverb. Right, Okay, so here we go. Here is the Fumble stacked with the NotADumble, something that people who have had this pedal have been wanting to hear for a very long time. So I'm going to try my best to make it sound good. Right, let's crank the output a bit and see what that does. So I think you can hear we are going to need to attenuate that low end. So let's see what happens. Oh, it's so much more focused. Sounds brilliant. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. That low end is so much more usable like this. Let's see if I turn it all the way out, what the difference is. Sorry, you get the picture. I got a little bit carried away there, but you get the picture. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. That low end attenuation is so helpful. It just feels more concise, and it feels really, I don't like saying things like this, but it feels really kind of amp-like, which is a nice sort of feeling to have under your fingers. Yeah, I'm really, really impressed with that, and I hope it comes across recorded like it does in the room, because it makes a massive, massive difference. But then, to be fair, even if it doesn't come across too much in recording, if it makes you play better, then that's the same difference, right? Because if you're playing better, then you're going to write better, and then the people listening are going to be happier. So jobs are good, right? Right, let's move on to, I want to hear how it sounds into something with a bit more drive. So sticking with the JHS theme, I have the AT Plus on the board, which is one of my all-time favorite overdrives. So if I chuck that on, and I'm going to just sort of set the Fumble back to like kind of where what would be like home for me. So I'm going to set it there. And here is a bit of AT Plus. Cool, sounds awesome. Cool. Well, we all know what that pedal sounds like, so let's move the Fumble into the mix. I think even with the input wound all the way in, I still think it's kind of tightening it up a bit. Okay, cool. So on that neck pickup again, you can hear we really do need to bring some of that out. So let's put it about there. It's a really weird sensation because it's retaining so much sort of like chewiness and low end still, but it just makes it have more clarity and more definition. What a brilliant pedal. I love how not only can I use it to make the AT Plus more aggressive, but I can also use it to tame it at the same time. It's a really, it's an oxymoron of a pedal, but it just sounds brilliant and it's so, so useful. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a Swiss Army knife of pedals, but it's quite unassuming as well. You'd think, being two knobs, it's quite a simple thing, but there's quite a few ways which would be very beneficial to use. So, and like I said, I really hope that comes across on camera, because in the room it makes a massive difference. So yeah, that's well exciting. Well, I'm just going to play around with a few more tones, because I think you've pretty much got the idea, but I just want to see how it would help cleaning up that low end in a bit of a like spacey. Just to remind us. Right, let's get a bit of ambience going, shall we? Well, there we have it. That is the Fumble by JHS. I am very impressed with this pedal, and I can see this actually probably ending up on my board. It's really useful. I'd imagine in a live situation as well, where you know, each room is different, and you kind of got your sound, but you get into a venue and start dialing things in, and sometimes you need just a little bit of a helping hand to if it's a bit muddy or a bit sort of boomy in the room, you can take that out yourself instead of relying on like a sound guy or something. So yeah, I think at the very least keep it in your gig bag, because there'll be a time where something like this will come in really handy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this pedal as much as I enjoyed playing it. I'm very, very impressed with it, and I think you would be too if you have the opportunity to get hold of one. Don't forget, you can buy these from Andertons.co.uk via the links in the description. Any support towards the channel is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.